All right, welcome back everybody. So today, this is gonna be a really fun one. This is gonna be Sea of Love by the Honeydrippers. And if you clicked on this video, you know this song. It's a great sort of, it's a cover song. It's an early, or it was a song that was recorded in the 50s, but Robert Plant's Honeydrippers group did it in the early mid 80s. And on this particular song, he brought Jimmy Page in to play the guitar solo on it. And it's just such a soaring, beautiful guitar solo. And he uses a very specific piece of equipment that many of us don't have. And I'm lucky enough to borrow this from my good friend Jake Hoover, who loaned this to me. And I can learn all my favorite B-bender songs. So this is they call it a B-bender Telecaster. And you need this if you want to play this solo and have it sound anything like what you hear on the record there. So we're going to learn how to do that. Hey, if you haven't done so already and you like this kind of stuff, please jump down right now and click subscribe and ring the bell. The bell lets you know every time I drop new content, which I do every single week. All my videos have chapters in them, so you can jump right to the part of the lesson that you want to see and bypass what you don't. And if you're looking for other ways to support the channel, I really appreciate that. There's thanks, which is like throwing a tip in the tip jar right below there. Or you can join my Patreon page where there's chord charts and tabs for all the lessons that I do on YouTube. All the links are down in the description. Check it out. Okay, so Sea of Love. So very cool song. We'll talk about the chords that go into that, and we'll spend time on the solo. But more importantly, a vital piece of equipment that you want to have, if you can get your hands on one, to really make this sound right, is called a B-bender. Most of them, the guitars that are out in the world that are B-benders, are Telecasters. So they call it a B-bender because there's a mechanism on here that you use, and it takes your B string and it bends it or stretches it, usually a whole step when you activate whatever mechanism on here that you do. And there's a couple different designs, but so it takes your string, takes your B string, and it allows you to do things like this. And such like that. But that's what's all over this song. There's a couple different designs out there of these B-benders. Most of them that I've seen utilize this little strap lock on here. They have a mechanism that runs, there's pulleys and metal bars and things that are cut down the middle of the inside the Telecaster, and they hook it up to this strap lock so you can sort of, you pull it and there's a lever that goes on here and it stretches your string. Those ones you can tell because they've got a little sort of round thing back here where the string comes out. This one is a little different. This is done by Glaser Instruments here in Nashville. And I don't know if you can see on there, but there's a bar sort of on the back here, and you attach your strap to this bar rather than the normal strap. So you can have just the normal strap locks and choose not to use this if you want to. But you hook your strap to this, and you pull down on the strap, and it pulls that lever, and it activates or stretches the B string to where you want it. So that's sort of how this one works. So a lot of country guys play these, and you get those great sort of pseudo pedal steel licks on there just by pulling down on your strap. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I know next to nothing on these, but I just wanted to learn these Jimmy Page solos where he started using B-bender sort of in the late 70s, and he used them into the 80s with the Firm and that kind of stuff too. But this was a definite favorite of mine, so we're going to go through that. Okay, so the chords. What's interesting on the chords on this song, they're not super complicated, but there is no minor chord. Everything is major in this, which is interesting. But just running through the chords real quick. It starts in G when he starts singing. Comes in G to a B. Again, all major. C, A, G, C, G. All right, that's the sort of verse formation. Then there's the come with me. So that's a D to C. B, D, back to your G. So that's all the intervals that are in the song. When it goes to the guitar solo, it modulates, as a lot of great old rock and roll songs do. It just modulates up one fret. So up to A flat right there. But that's really it. It was interesting that there's no sort of minor chords in there. But let's talk about the solo, because that's why we're all here, right? Okay, so just thing of beauty. And I've got clean. I don't have any overdrive or anything going on. I've just got a clean fat tone. I'm up my neck pickup. I don't know what he used, but that seems to sound better to my ear. And I'm using my fingers. That also sounds sort of closer to what I'm hearing on record. All right, so I'm going to just run through it real quick here. Gosh, so pretty. So pretty. And you can kind of get close if you don't have a B bender guitar, right? Doesn't quite sound the same. That's really where you need it. But this thing is just magic. And if you ever have the opportunity to get a B bender guitar, if you have the luxury of finding one and being able to afford a second guitar or another one, man, they're a lot of fun. They're just a lot of fun. And they get that, what that does is just, you kind of can't duplicate it, right? Anyway. Okay, so the song, so that solo, it opens up here and it modulates to A flat. He starts with this big bend on from the second fret, and he, so I'm describing where I'm putting my fingers, as I'm pulling on it, right? So he bends all the way up, and he puts his finger back up on 4, and then comes back down. So it's beautiful, kind of like. Up here to 11. He gets this little sneaky note in, which he does a lot. That's a very Jimmy Page thing. This is a tricky one here with the B bender. So you sort of pre-bend up. Right? So the lick is, but you're getting that bend in there. And so in order to do that, you have to sort of pre-bend. And then I love this one. He just sort of sneaks into it. He doesn't do all that wavy part at the end, but you get the idea. Because we're here on that A flat again. But he's looking for all these opportunities, obviously, to play on the B string or right off of the B string. So, a lot of these licks are, B string and G string. And the places that I've found to put them, you could play them in multiple places. But I think where I've got the fingering is really where you want to have it. So one more time. Sneak that in there. Man, that's pretty. Okay, so that's it. Quick lesson today, but wanted to do that forever. Jay, thank you for the loan on the B bender. I'll get this back to you when you wrestle it out of my cold, dead hands. Okay, hope you learned something new today. If you haven't done so already, please do jump down and click subscribe and ring the bell. The bell lets you know every time I drop new content, which I do every week. And let me know in the comments what you thought about this. And if there's another song you want me to do a lesson similar to this, let me know what that is too. I'd love to hear what that is. Okay, until next week, take care, everybody.